Yes, my dear friend, welcome back to the channel. Very good afternoon to you wherever you are on the globe, especially on the continent of Africa, in Europe, in America, Canada, Australia, or right here in Southeast Asia, Malaysia to be precise. Wherever you are, dear friends, you are highly welcome to this afternoon edition. Great news coming up. Don't go anywhere. Stay glued to your set and watch to the end. Yes, watch this to the end. Remember, on Thursday night football, Conference League. Tonight is Champions League. Tomorrow is Champions League. But because Chelsea is not involved, we don't have so much to talk about right now on the Champions League football. But on Thursday, Chelsea Panathinaikos. Yes, on Thursday night football, European Conference League football on Thursday night. Dear friends, but right now, this afternoon, we are starting on an academy player. Academy news. Chelsea Academy products. Acheampong. The information we received recently, and I can confirm that clubs are interested in the young talented defender, Acheampong with Chelsea. We saw him came on, during Pochettino's era. This season, there are issues about him right now, and I want to bring to your attention. Acheampong, there are clubs currently around Europe that are interested in signing the young talented defender. Liverpool, Borussia Dortmund, and Real Madrid, we have been told, according to sources, are all interested in the defender. Issues around pathway is the problem right now. The player wants a pathway in his career, but he has not been shown how he gets game time. He's not been told how he will get a game time ahead of Malo Gusto and Reece James. He's not been told whether he's a third choice, a fourth choice, or what he should be doing right now. He's not been told anything. Chelsea currently, we understand Chelsea hierarchy are worried about him because he's a prospect that top clubs around Europe are interested in him. They don't want to lose him. But there is much to the story, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, Acheampong has been frozen out of Chelsea first team and the under-21s until he signed a new contract. We understand, according to Athletic, Acheampong, as we speak, has been frozen out of the first team squad. Under Pochettino, he was part of the first team squad. Earlier this season, he was part of the first team squad that went for preseason and everything. Now we understand he's been frozen out of the first team squad and even the under-21s. Why? Because he refused to sign a new contract. Listen, I see both sides of the Acheampong situation very clearly. When I heard a story, I tried to analyze it in my head. You see, whether he signed a new deal or not, whether he signed a new contract or not, freezing him out is just ridiculous. It is ridiculous. I'm not too sure this ownership and our sporting directors, what actually is their problem with the academy. Whether whether he signed a new deal or not, freezing him out of the first team squad and the under-21, it's just ridiculous. You see, one thing I don't really think people realize, this, is that the maximum length first pro contract you can sign, the maximum length of the first pro contract you can sign as an academy player is 2 years. The maximum you can sign as your first contract is 2 years from an academy. 2 years. That is what you can sign as an academy player. 2 years plus the remainder of the season. So assuming you already have 9 months as a remainder of the season, the maximum you can sign in addition to that is 2 years. Now, that's the current situation with Acheampong. He already signed a new contract, his first pro contract earlier this year. As you can see the picture on your screen. The contract Josh is on right now. He already signed that first pro contract earlier this year. So now he has a year plus left on his contract. Why would Chelsea want to tie him down to a long term? The one that he really signed this year, he signed this year. And it's pretty ridiculous to expect George, a young talented player, as an academy player, to sign a long-term deal already when he has a whole 2 years left on his contract. He still has a whole 2 years left on his contract. How? Freezing him out for it is very harsh. Freezing him out for this reason is very harsh, and as an academy player, you have a duty to develop your own players. And as an academy, you have a duty to develop your own players, but not to tie them down to a long-term, contract. He was part of the first team last season, and only this year he signed a new contract. Now they want to extend it again with how many years? That is being too harsh on a player, and due to that, he's been frozen out of the first team and the under 21s. No wonder. He played for England under 21. Yet, for a very long time, we've not been seeing him play for Chelsea under 21. He represented England 21, but in Chelsea under 21, it's been a while we heard about him. Now we are getting to know the truth. Why is Chelsea being so harsh on these academy players? I don't get it. It is one of the reasons why last week, if you could remember, I came here and I told you guys that Chelsea prohibited other scouts from some other clubs, Liverpool, Arsenal, and Man United, from coming to watch Chelsea academy players, in their games. Chelsea banned other scouts from some other teams, Liverpool, United, and I think Arsenal, from coming to watch our academy players play. They were banned. Those scouts were banned. Why? Just because of what's his name? One of our players that Liverpool bought in the summer. One of our academy players that was snatched away by Liverpool in the summer. Now, due to those reasons, they want to tie even this young guy down with a long-term contract. It's not fair. Well, we'll move on. Ladies and gentlemen. Now, one player that I've not been speaking about so much since he's coming back to Chelsea is Joao Felix. As you can see him on your screen, Joao Felix. And whilst I've been talking about Modric at that left wing for Chelsea and Jadon Sancho, Joao Felix in Barcelona plays as a left winger. If you remember, Joao Felix with Barcelona, he played as a left winger. And also with Portugal, his national team, as a left winger. So, why can't he play the same position with Chelsea? Why can't he play the same position with Chelsea? We are not seeing him in games like the game against Liverpool. Modric is not in the squad, was not in the squad. We have Sancho, and with our Felix creativity, that would have benefited us than keeping or giving the opportunity to Sancho, who could not penetrate through. Like I said in my first video, Chelsea's problem, why we couldn't win the game against Liverpool, partly because of Sancho. He could not deliver. Forget about Palmer. We know Palmer is a different level play. Palmer was man-marked. But Sancho had every opportunity, but he could not deliver into the box. Now we have Felix, who played for Liverpool at the left wing, as a left winger. For Portugal as a left winger. What is Chelsea doing, dear friends? Let me hear your opinion on Joao Felix. Well, before I continue, an interesting story came up, and I believe cynics like you would also be thinking the same way. We heard it last week that Inter Miami in the US are the next club to join the Club World Cup. Club World Cup is about 32 teams representing, 32 teams going for the Club World Cup, ladies and gentlemen. Now, right now, there are 30 teams that have already qualified. 2 more positions are left out. And out of those 2 more positions, 1 position is to go to the host nation. One of those positions, 2 more slots are left out. FIFA expanded it to 32 teams, which is not even good. The clubs are already tired of, so much games in the season, but they expanded it to 32 teams. Now, 30 teams have already qualified. They've already gotten their positions. The remaining 2, the host nation is to pick 1, and is supposed to be the winner of the league. And that should be the winner of the MLS. The winner of the MLS. But yesterday, FIFA president announced that Club America is to represent or to be the next person. Inter Miami has qualified for the Club World Cup. Why I say cynics like you might be thinking something is that FIFA, they'll be thinking, like myself also, I'm just thinking, FIFA just want Lionel Messi to play in the Club World Cup. Yes, I agree. And you agree with me. FIFA just want Lionel Messi to play in the Club World Cup. That is all. Because there is no reason why the MLS is still not over yet. The playoffs have not even started yet. It is after the playoff that they will know the winner of the MLS. The playoff is not yet even started. And for FIFA to announce that Inter Miami are the ones to represent America as a host nation at the Club World Cup, what do you think? They just want to make sure Lionel Messi plays in the Club World Cup, dear friends. This is football politics. They just want to do everything to favor Lionel Messi. Because the playoffs is not yet done. How do you know? Yes, admittedly, the past few years, it has always been Inter Miami that wins the playoffs. Consecutively, they've been winning it. So they accumulated, you can argue that Inter Miami accumulated points over the years. So they already foresaw that coming, or they want to reward them for their accumulated points over the years. But that is not done. Any other team could win it this year. Why jumping the gun? Because they want to favor Lionel Messi. If you think I'm lying, let me hear from you in the comment section. And this is coming from Sky Sports actually. Yes. Dear friend, before I let you go this afternoon, what do you think about Reece James' performance against Liverpool? Watch that short video on your screen. What do you think about Reece James' performance? The best right back in the world. No one. You can't deny that fact. You can't deny that fact. The best right back in the world, Reece James. Watch that short video on your screen. That is our captain. If only you remain fit. If only you remain fit. And I also want to point out, Neto's performance is going under the radar. Pedro Neto's performance coming on as a substitute. We've not spoken about that also enough. And in my next episode, it's likely I will talk about it again. He was really good in the second half. More proactive and dynamic than Jadon Sancho. He was more proactive and more dynamic than Jadon Sancho. Ladies and gentlemen, quickly, let me go to the comment section and I'll let you go. Even though I still have, should I go about it just a moment? Let me leave the rest for another episode. Dear friend, I wanted to talk about Cole Palmer. But quickly, let me just go to the shout outs and let you guys go. It is hot afternoon and I would not like to take much of your time. Alright, Shepu Mara, I believe that's the name. Okay, yeah. Good morning, sir. I hope everything goes well with you. Really, I was Miss Cucurella at that game. Oh, you really miss Cucurella at that game on Sunday. Shepu Mara from Celerion, Freetown. Shepu Mara from Celerion, Freetown. Big shout out to you. Good afternoon to all of you guys in Celerion. It's been a long time I heard from you guys. Keep your messages coming in. Tell a friend to tell a friend in Celerion to switch to this channel, Celon's blog, for more exclusive football news and update from Chelsea. Big shout out to Sheku Mara from Celerion. The next one says, I am happy with the game, but I'm not happy with the result. Never give up. Odunayo from Lagos. Big shout out to you, my brother Odunayo from Lagos. Big shout out to you. And he wrote a very long page for me also. Somewhere he said, good morning, Mr. Celon. I hope you are doing fine this morning. My name is Odunayo Ojo from Lagos, Nigeria. Liverpool's ability is always a counter-attack move any day, anytime. It is just unfortunate that Chelsea do not have fast central defenders who can quickly track back. Tosin is not a fast player, likewise Lever. And most times, Liverpool capitalize on our left side because it's a weak link which gives Salah room to exploit. I love Modric so much, but he was not even on the bench that day. Otherwise, he would have dealt a low blow to Arnold by his speed. But we should not forget that he was the one who troubled Liverpool so much last season. So Maresca needs to rekindle his interest in him. Sancho will not be having a good time every time. However, Sancho has not done something great in the last 3 matches now. On Jackson, my brother, Chelsea needs a potent and reliable striker to contest for the league. I love Jackson to play as a winger. That is when you will know that he is very good. Nkunku is not a proper 9, but to play as a supporting striker. My dear, I read all your message, right? My brother Odunayo Ojo from Lagos, Nigeria. Big shout out to you out there. All right, the last 3. This one says, Mr. Seron, good morning to you. I want to tell you now that if Chelsea buy Osimhen today, tomorrow we will still condemn him for me. We still condemn him. For me, Jackson and Nkunku is okay. Just that Chelsea team is still afraid of big team Samuel from Nigeria. I believe in that and I also agree with you. Jackson and Nkunku, they are just okay. Nkunku is a false 9, we know that. But we don't need, and if we bring in Osimhen tomorrow, the same people will begin to condemn him again. Because we are not sure yet whether the Premier League will suit him or not until he arrives. And I want to hope that the wish of the majority, will be done for them by January. Let's see what happens. I know Chelsea are still interested in Victor Osimhen. Big shout out to my brother Ugo from Nigeria, I believe. Samuel from Nigeria. Okay, this one says, good morning, Mr. Celon. Your analysis is right because some of us prefer Modric ahead of Sancho. Because against Liverpool, we need a winger that will bring force inside Liverpool defense. Sancho is a slow winger, but all the same, it has passed. Let's look forward for our next game. Thank you, sir. Watching you in Calabar, Cross River State, Nigeria. Geoffrey from Calabar, Cross River State, Nigeria. Big shout out to you out there. The last but not the least, from my brother in Ghana, GH. He said, no, not necessarily a striker, but quality defenders. The Sassy Badasheli out. The Sassy Badasheli out. You prefer we get in quality defenders, right? All right. And even a goalkeeper. Yes, big shout out to you, Kole Wisdom from GH Ghana. Guys, I'll see you all in the next one when you see me. Shalom and peace.